You've been lied to. I'm serious.
I'm being serious.
Most of the advice you hear about getting video editing clients is recycled nonsense that just doesn't work anymore. You're probably sinking hours every single week into methods that are, to be brutally honest, a complete waste of your time. What if there was a better way? What if you knew exactly where to put your energy to land high-paying, consistent clients and which popular methods to avoid like the plague? That's exactly what we're doing today. I've personally tried everything on my journey from being a broke editor to running a real video business. Cold emails, freelance sites, paid ads, networking, you name it, I've done it. And in this video, I'm ranking every single method in a brutally honest tier list. From S tier, God mode, all the way down to D tier, garbage. By the end of this, you'll have a crystal clear roadmap, so let's just get straight into it. Now, this isn't just my opinion, it's based on three things: scalability, consistency, and the quality of clients you get. Make sure you stick around. Right, let's kick things off with a controversial one. And if you've been on my channel before, you could probably guess where this is going. Fiverr. Now, hold on. Most people would put this straight into the D tier, but I'm placing Fiverr into the A tier. Yeah. Now, let me explain, because how most editors use Fiverr, it is a D tier strategy, but if you're smart, it can be a high-ticket, automated client machine. The mistake everyone makes is being a general video editor and competing on price. The A tier strategy is the opposite. First, you niche down hard. Don't be a video editor, be a UGC-style TikTok editor for skincare brands. Second, you price yourself at the absolute top of the market. This high-ticket price instantly filters out the nightmare clients looking for cheap work. And here's the key. You create multiple, slightly different gig variations to spread your exposure across the platform. My aha moment came when I stopped trying to beat the $10 editors. I niched down to editing talking head videos, YouTube shorts for tech channels and things like that. And I created 3 different high-ticket packages and then just let it sit. A few days later, a serious tech channel hired me, impressed by the professional specific gigs, and that alone became a $1,500 a month retainer from what is now a set and forget traffic source. You don't compete for scraps, you attract premium clients. All right, now let's talk about its slightly more professional cousin, Upwork. Upwork gets a B tier from me. Now, a lot of people say Upwork is a step up from Fiverr. The clients are generally more serious, the budgets are bigger, and you can actually find long-term work. But you have to think of Upwork as a bit of a digital lottery. For every good gig, hundreds of other freelancers are fighting for it. You can spend hours writing these perfect, personalized proposals only to get completely ghosted. Plus, the platform takes a hefty fee right off the top. It's also pay to win. You've got to pay for those credits to send proposals, so you could end up just losing money if you don't win any jobs. But it can work. I landed a fantastic client on Upwork that turned into a $3,000 a month retainer, and that was a game changer for me early on. But the brutal truth though, it did take me sending over 40 proposals and having a minor existential crisis about my career choices to land that one gig. It's a volume game, and it can be soul-crushing. Solid B tier, because the potential is there, but the grind is real, and it costs money. All right, now let's move away from the platforms. Let's have a look at cold DMs on Instagram. Now, this one is also going into that B tier. Wait, that's not the right icon. There it is. B. Sliding into DMs isn't just for shooting your shot anymore. It can actually land your clients. The upside is obvious. It's free, and you get a direct line to the brands and creators you admire. The massive downside is that the response rate can be terrible if you do it wrong. Everyone's inbox is flooded with spammy, generic messages, so yours is probably getting deleted on sight. The only way this works is with extreme personalization. Don't just say, hey, I'm a video editor, hire me. That's one way of getting blocked. You have to give them something valuable up front. So my biggest win here came when I sent a potential client a custom 30-second video that I made, showing them exactly how I'd improve their reels to get more watch time. I didn't ask for a thing. They were so impressed that they hired me for a $500 project right on the spot. It works, but the time it takes to do that for every single person makes it hard to scale, which makes it firmly a B tier. All right, what about the old school classic, cold emails? Now, this might actually surprise you, but I'm going to put cold emails right up here in the A tier, funnily enough. All right, okay, I know, it sounds ancient. Probably going to call me a boomer. But when you do it right, it is one of the most powerful and scalable ways to get clients. Why? because you can target exactly who you want to work with, from that local business down the street to a massive company. The problem is, most people are just awful at it. They send the same generic templated email that screams, "I'm desperate, please give me a job." Just like with Instagram DMs, the secret is personalization and value. But with email, you can get way more strategic. The email that changed the game for me had a personalized subject line with a company's name and a specific problem that I noticed. Then, in the email, I embedded a quick Loom video where I walked them through their website and showed them how better video could literally make them more money. And that single email took me around 20 minutes and landed me a nice $2,000 job. It's an incredible A-tier strategy. Okay, let's talk about something that sounds like a good idea in theory: running paid ads on Facebook or Google. This is a hard, unequivocal, where's the icon? D tier. This is literally like setting your money on fire. Unless you're already clearing 15K or 20K a month and have a PhD in ad platforms, funnels, and copywriting, running ads is the fastest way to go broke. Ask me how I know. The learning curve is a cliff, and you'll likely burn through hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars before you even get a single decent lead. I learned this the hard way, of course. Full of unearned confidence, I threw $1,500 into a Facebook ad campaign. I spent a month tweaking everything, and my grand result? One single lead. And that person wanted me to edit videos of their cat. For exposure. I could have bought so much pizza with that $1,500. Save your money. This is a D-tier trap. All right, let's shift gears a little bit. What about traditional job boards like Indeed or LinkedIn Jobs? Well, these, they have their place, but I'm going to put them in C tier. Okay, now, you can sometimes find a diamond in the rough here, especially for full-time in-house editor jobs, so it's not completely useless, but for freelance work, it's like digging through a clearance rack at a department store. It's mostly just socks and disappointment. The competition is insane because it's so easy to apply, which drives the pay way down, and the whole process is painfully slow. I once spent an afternoon applying for a video editor role on a big job board. The description sounded amazing. I finally got an interview only to find out the job was actually editing wedding slideshows in some ancient software for about $10 an hour. It's a low return activity. You're better off spending that time on literally anything else. C tier. Okay, so we are deep in the list, and you're probably seeing a pattern. The best methods require strategy, not just mindless effort. If you're serious about this, then go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel, because I got a whole series of videos to help video editors make better videos, but more importantly, get more clients and make more money. And I'm going to give away so much valuable source for free that those gurus who sell a $5,000 course are going to try and cancel me. So, if you don't like those guys either, just subscribe to this channel. Next up, creating YouTube content for inbound leads. This is a definite A-tier strategy. Now, this is a slow burn. It's a long-term play that can completely change your life. When you make content, tutorials, breakdowns, case studies of your own work, you stop chasing clients. You attract them. It positions you as an expert. Clients who find you through your content are already convinced you know what you're doing. They trust you before you even say hello. The catch, it takes time and consistency. You're not going to post one video and have clients banging down your door. It could take months of consistent uploads to see any real results. But once that flywheel starts spinning, it becomes a 24/7 client-generating machine. Okay, what about LinkedIn outreach? So I'm going to put LinkedIn, specifically outreach, into the B tier. But it's leaning towards A tier if you're in the right niche. LinkedIn is the playground for corporate and B2B clients. If you want to edit training videos, brand commercials, or content for CEOs, this is where you need to live. It gives you a direct line to the people who make the decisions, but it has the same problem as every other platform. It's drowning in spammy, generic connection requests. I'd like to add you to my professional network is the corporate version of you up. To make it work, you have to be different. Have a personality. I once sent a connection request to a marketing exec with a message that included a kind of relevant dumb marketing meme. He actually loved it, and he said it was the best outreach he'd seen all week, and we were on a call the next day. It's B tier because it can feel a little bit stiff and the competition can be fierce, but for corporate work, it's one of the best spots to be in. Right, let's talk communities, Discord, Facebook groups, school. This one, I'm just going to chuck both of these logos in here. Discord's going in B, school's going in B. All right, they come together. This is a solid B tier method. Joining groups where your ideal clients hang out is like going to a networking event from your couch. It's free, and if you play it smart, it can be a goldmine. The key is to actually be helpful and not thirsty. Don't just pop in and post, "I'm a video editor, hire me." You're going to be banned like straight away. The rules are getting stricter in these groups. They can smell out these spammers, basically. Instead, become a valuable member of that community. Ask questions, offer advice. Just be a cool, helpful person. People hire people they know, like, and trust. By being genuinely helpful, you build that trust. I once answered a super detailed question someone had about color grading in a Facebook group for YouTubers. A week later, another member of that group saw my helpful response and he messaged me, checked out my profile, and needed an editor. Simple as that. Okay, cowboy, let's talk about the wild west of freelancing. Freelancercom. This one. Freelancer.com. It's going straight. In D. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Honestly, just take everything bad about Fiverr and Upwork, put it in a blender, and then set it on fire. And then pee on it. That's freelancer.com. It feels like a chaotic wasteland of scammers. Clients offering insultingly low rates and endless contests where you do a bunch of work for free with a tiny chance of getting paid, if you're lucky. My one and only experience was bidding on a project to edit 10 short videos. The budget was $50. Total. $5 a video. Just for fun, I actually submitted a proposal and actually got a response. The client then asked, instead of money, if I would take exposure to their 300 followers. I promptly exposed myself to better clients by closing the tab and never going back. Avoid. D tier. All right, how about building a personal website with SEO? SEO / building a website goes in the B tier too. Right, this is strong actually. It's right up there with making YouTube content and Upwork and DMs and communities and things like that. So your website is your digital home. It's your corner of the internet where you control everything. A professional portfolio site makes you look legit. And when you combine that with search engine optimization, SEO, by writing blogs about topics your clients are actually searching for, you create another powerful machine for bringing clients to you. Like YouTube, this is a long game. It can take 6 months or more for a new site to start showing up on Google, but the leads you get are amazing. They are literally searching for the solution you provide. A company found me through a blog post I wrote called How to Edit Engaging TikToks for Brands. They found it on Google, saw I know my stuff, and it led to a contract. It's an asset that you build once that pays you back for years. B tier, easy. By the way, I highly recommend Bloom.io. Check that link in the description. Use that to build your site. It's incredible. And it's built especially for freelancers. It works really well for video editing businesses. Right, let's move on. This one actually leads perfectly to our next one, content marketing with shorts and reels. This is another powerhouse. I'm going to use the Instagram logo for this one. A tier. You can do this with like TikTok or anything, so don't get too wrapped up in the social media icon I just put there. We're looking for shorts, reels, TikToks, anything like that. A tier. Right. This is the modern portfolio. Instead of just telling people you're a good editor, you show them every single day by posting your best work, behind the scenes clips or quick tips as TikToks, reels, or shorts. You are showcasing your skills to a massive audience. It's like fishing with dynamite. The best part is that it attracts clients who want your exact style. If you're great at fast-paced, flashy edits, you post that work. You're going to get DMs from brands who want that exact vibe. It pre-qualifies them for you. The downside is that you actually have to be relentlessly consistent to please the algorithm gods. but one reel going viral can change everything. Now, full disclaimer, I personally haven't actually done this myself, but the amount of my connections and editor friends that I have that do this and it pays off for them is absolutely massive. Okay, let's go old school again. In person, co-working spaces, or networking events. Can you guess? Here we go again. Where is it? Where is it? This one. Beat it. It's a trend here, isn't there? There's still real power in shaking someone's hand. Building a human connection is something that you just can't fully replicate online. You never know who you'll meet over stale coffee at a networking event. I just reminded myself, I actually brought two. I was that thirsty, I made two so I could just film this video. So that person you're speaking to at the event could be your next big client, or it could be the guy who keeps talking about his crypto portfolio. It is a gamble. But the main pro is that you build trust fast. The con is that it's not scalable at all and it's tied to where you live. I once went to a local startup meetup and I got chatting with a founder who needed a video pitch, like yesterday. Because I was right there, I got the gig. It was a quick $300 project that I never would have found online. It works, but it's opportunistic. B tier. Okay, let's discuss working with production studios or agencies. This is a very underrated A-tier method. And I've got a picture of a hipster as the creative agency owner. I don't know why. A lot of them look like that. Now, this isn't about finding your own clients, but becoming the secret weapon for companies that already have them. Agencies and production studios are constantly juggling projects and are desperate for reliable, skilled editors they can bring in. The work might not be as sexy as editing for a huge creator, and you'll have less creative control, but it is often consistent, well-paying, and professional. It's a fantastic way to get steady income while building your own brand. I actually work with a handful of agencies. Lots of my work comes through these agencies. Okay, this next one is a little bit exclusive. Toptal. Toptal earns B. Again, Toptal sells itself as the VIP club for freelancers, bragging that they only accept the top 3% of talent. If you can get past that velvet rope, you get access to premium clients who are vetted and are ready to pay top dollar. That's the huge plus. The massive minus, of course, is actually getting in. The screening process is no joke. It's tough, and a lot of amazing editors get rejected. I'm still not in yet, but the people I know who are in say it's the dog's bollocks. If you don't know what that means, don't Google it. But because it's out of reach for most people starting out, it can't be higher than B tier. Okay, right, we've covered a lot, but you might have noticed that there are two more methods that I've left off the list, and you probably don't know what they mean. Oh, one of them is a little bit obvious. It says word moo. Well, these are the undisputed champions. These two methods belong in a tier all by themselves. These are the S tiers of getting video editing clients. The first S tier method is word of mouth referrals. I know so many of you are slapping your heads right now because this one is like obvious and annoying and probably not what beginners want to hear, but just hear me out, man. Just listen, right? This is the absolute gold standard. When you do amazing work and you are a joy to work with, your clients become your personal sales team. They tell their friends and their colleagues about you. These are the best leads you will ever get. They come to you already trusting you, and they're almost always willing to pay what you're worth because you were recommended by someone they respect. My single biggest client, a multi-year, 5-figure contract, came from a referral from a tiny project I did for someone else. Do great work, and this will happen automatically. The second and maybe the most overlooked S-tier method is begging. No, I'm just joking. This is actually asking past clients for more work. This is the secret sauce. This is the lowest hanging fruit in your entire business, and I have no idea why. Almost nobody does it. These people have already found you, they've hired you, and they've paid you. The trust is already there. A simple, friendly email or message on a platform or message on Instagram or anything like that. Asking if they have any video needs coming up is the easiest sale you will ever make. Literally only last week, I sent 5 of these check-in emails. 2 of them replied within a couple of days, leading to a new $1,000 project and a smaller $300 project. That took me about 10 minutes of work. Don't sleep on this. It's pure S tier. So, there you have it. The brutal, honest truth. Stop wasting your time in the D and the C tier wastelands of Freelancer.com and paid ads and things like that. Build your foundation on solid A-tier strategies like creating content and sending personalized cold emails. Use the B-tier methods like Upwork and DMs when the opportunity feels right. But above all, focus on S-tier. Deliver incredible results and build great relationships, because word-of-mouth referrals and your existing client base are the 2 pillars that will support a truly successful, sustainable, and profitable video editing career. Don't overcomplicate it. Master the things that actually move the needle. Now, I want to hear from you. What's the number 1 method that's worked for you? What did I put in D tier that you think is S tier? Sure. Let me know in the comments because I do read them all. And finally, if you got any value out of this and you're serious about turning your video editing skills into a huge business, then do me a huge favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more no BS strategies just like this one. Thanks for watching.